So it's moving day. I feel like I look like a hot mess right now because I'm just scrambling trying to get everything done. I am going to head to the store to get one of those like grandma carts because I have like so many little things, like things from the kitchen that I just want to put in one bag versus having a million bags because I do not have stairs. So the guy that was the taxi driver that drove me here when I first got here, he gave me his number, and so I ended up texting him. I was like, hey, like, can you help me again? I have 3 large suitcases, one small, a backpack, and I just have a bunch of stuff going on right now. So right now I'm like finishing up the packing. I also have stuff in the hallway too. It's just like a bunch of random stuff. So I have my book bag and then just like food stuff. And then I also bought my own sheets, so I need to get some, so I need to like put these away. And then I also brought my own pillow because the pillows here are really hard. And also I try to do things as natural and clean as possible. And the pillow that I have is like natural materials because you're like sleeping and breathing on that. So I try to keep things as clean as possible. But right now I'm gonna head to the store, pick up my grandma cart, and hopefully there is enough time before the guy comes. And then I'm so excited to move into my apartment and to show you. So as I'm walking to the store, this woman calls me, who's like the colleague of the woman that was supposed to originally let me in, and she's like, I know you have an appointment at 11:30. Can we move it to that later in the afternoon? And mind you, she's saying this fully in French. I can't properly communicate, and I know that's not their problem, but I'm surprised that the other girl didn't tell her that I don't speak French or didn't just text me in the first place. Yeah, she was like, okay, I'll just text you. But I understood what she was saying. She was saying that like she just wanted to see me later. And so I texted her right away, and I was like, absolutely not, like respectfully, absolutely not. Like I have to leave my Airbnb at 11. I can't, because she wanted me to meet her at 3. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do between 11 and 3? I have like 5 suitcases. No, like I'm not going to just wait. And then it took them a while to message back. And she said, okay. And I'm like, okay, see you at 11:30. So hopefully it all works out because it's also like pouring rain right now. The guy who's supposed to help me with my luggage is coming at 11, and I'm just like, guys, you can't be changing times of moving day of. Like people have schedules, people are moving out of places. Like you can't just do that. But they were, oof. It was just, I'm like, I'm trying to have this move go so smoothly. Like I set the 11:30 time like 2 weeks ago because I knew I had to be out of here at 11. So hopefully all that is coming into place. And then I had to figure out electricity, and the electricity company, they don't speak English, which again, not their problem, my problem. But most of my friends that I have here like don't speak French. So I was like trying to figure out what to do because also like I moved, so today's Monday, and I was trying to figure this out on Friday, and the offices close at 7 p.m. and there is one English line for one company, but they close on Friday. So actually, no, I was figuring this out on Saturday, and I was like, well, they're not open right now, and of course they're not going to be open on Sundays. And so I was just like scrambling and trying to figure out what to do. I texted this French man that I've been on a couple dates with, and it took him like 24 hours to respond to my message. I'm like so over him for a million reasons, but I was like, you can't even do the one thing. Like, it didn't even like offer to help me move. I'm just like, goodbye, sir. And then I ended up calling or texting my French friend from way back when. It's a long story, but he's in Paris, and I was like, can you help me, please? And so he like responds right away, and he like calls them for me and like figures it all out because I had set it up online by myself, but it like wasn't activated. And when I called them to like figure it out, they didn't speak English, which again, not their problem. And they're like, maybe you should call back with someone that speaks French, and they're saying this in French. And I'm just like, because the level of French just was not, I couldn't communicate. I couldn't understand half the things they were saying. But luckily I was able to set up the electricity. It's just been one thing after the other after the other. The process has definitely not been smooth, and just, doing anything in France, I feel like is just like not just easy. Like it's always ups and downs, and working with French people can just be a mess sometimes. So I'm hoping that everything is going to be fine. I'm glad that I'm here and I wouldn't trade it for anything, but it's just like everything's sort of happening at once. But the process, you know, I feel like everyone's process when they're moving here is crazy. So I will keep you posted, but see you in my new apartment. Okay, so we made it. So I got to catch you up. I was like, you know, it's going to be such a smooth process. The guy is just going to drop me off and I have an elevator and everything is just going to be fine. So what had happened? So the taxi guy drove me to my new place and we got here literally like 3 minutes early. And I was like, you could just leave all of my stuff like near the front door because I don't have a key yet. And because I was like, yeah, it's not gonna be a problem. I have an elevator, like it's not a big deal. The girl comes downstairs from the apartment and she doesn't speak any English. And originally another girl was supposed to come who does speak a little bit of English, who I've been speaking with the entire time. And this girl speaks no English, which again, I know it's not on her, but it just was a bit frustrating. And it wasn't just frustrating that she couldn't speak English. It wasn't even that. It was more that like she didn't have the answers to anything. Like every time I would ask her a question, like even using Google Translate, like she understood what I was saying, but just could not answer. She's like, you have to ask so-and-so. So then she tells me the elevator isn't working. I don't know if you've ever been to Europe, but the stairs in Europe aren't just like a simple stairway. Like one flight of stairs is like a roundabout sort of thing. And I'm on the 6th floor. So 6th floor, no elevator. I have 3 large suitcases. Let me close this window. There's no way I can bring this up. So I call the taxi guy because I'm like, there's just no way. Like I would literally be having a breakdown, even though I'm slowly having one right now. And then he doesn't really speak that much English. And so I like gave the phone to the realtor and I was like, can you just like tell him to come back? So he comes back, he brings up my stuff and then outside I'm like watching his car because he's parked illegally because there's like no parking in Nice. And then I get into the apartment and she's like somewhat showing me things, but actually not even. Like she's like, okay, here are the keys. And I took pictures of the apartment because they have to do like an inventory list or whatever. And I'm like, can you slow down? Like because also I paid a 600 and something euro fee for the realtor. Like even though I'm not the one who found the realtor, I just found the listing and the realtor was working with the person that owns this apartment. I'm like, I don't understand why you're rushing this. I don't know if it's a French thing. I'm like, I don't care if you have like other clients after me, like that's not my problem. Like you need to make sure that I'm moving in correctly. And I come in, she's like, here are the keys. And I'm like, okay, but what about all these things? Because there's like, for example, that. And then like the wall, let me flip this camera. Like apparently a thing, like in France, they don't clean the walls before you come in. Let me show you. So you see how there's like, I don't know if it's really showing up, but like you see how there's just like dirt on the walls, and I'm like, so is it not normal for you guys to just like paint it? And apparently it's not, but I'm like, there's a difference between a couple scratches and like it clearly needs to be cleaned. And I did meet the couple that was living here before I moved in because I had to obviously view the apartment, and they seemed like clean people and they have a little baby. So I'm not necessarily concerned in terms of like antibacterial wise or whatever the word would be. It's more of like, okay, like I'm paying $2,000 a month to be here, which $2,000 is like a lot of money to be spending on an apartment in France. So there's the wall, and then another thing I didn't realize, and yeah, it's just like wall stuff everywhere, like there too. Like it's just a lot of stuff going on. And then this bathroom door, let me show you. Like you see, let me flip this. I don't know if you can tell, but it's like cracked. And I'm like, how are you guys not going to fix that? And then another thing is in the bathroom, let me flip it again. there's like this and then this. And to me, that looks like water damage, which is not good because then that means like mold or something is probably getting in there because it's raising. It feels like there's like water in it. And then the ground like is not completely cleaned. And I know it's white, but like you got to figure out something. Like, I don't know. I just expect places to be spotless when I move in because I just expect that. This is the bedroom. I'll do like a full tour once I'm like situated. The bones of it are really nice. Like I have this view and the bedroom has the doors like this and bathroom, and then the toilet is in a separate room. There's a closet here. This is the kitchen, more doors, and then I have the perfect little workspace as well. And I need to open this. I think that's just more storage, so I'm gonna see what that is. But as you can see, I have all my suitcases and things, so I'm gonna start getting that situated. Grateful. It's been a process. I think had I moved here with someone, like if I moved here with a man, I'd be fine. But I think it's having to navigate all these things by yourself is what's difficult. Because I think no matter what, life is going to have ups and downs, but I think navigating it alone is what's hard. Like, you know, figuring out who's gonna help you with your suitcases, because these suitcases are literally heavier than me. Like, I've like literally strained my back before when I've like traveled and like had to carry up suitcases. So it's not easy being single and alone, but just trusting the process. And my brain is also fried of like trying to speak French right now. It's like sometimes I got it, sometimes I don't. The understanding of it, you know, is getting a bit better at speaking, because sometimes I want to say something and then I like can't formulate it in my head. Good morning. Finally look somewhat decent, unless yesterday I was looking a bit rough. Don't know what that was. First night in my apartment. I still feel like I need a couple days to give you a full review. For some reason, I guess it's just like places in France, like the walls are just thin, like you can hear people sneeze and all that. I mean, you have that in the US too, but definitely very thin walls. Now I have to go and get internet because I need internet to do anything. Like my phone doesn't even really work. So, or like I just ran out of minutes for internet or data or whatever on my French phone. So I need to figure that out. So hopefully I can get a contract, because in order for you to get a contract for a phone or internet, you have to have proof of address, which they want like a utility bill, but I don't have the bill yet, but I have the contract. So hopefully that works. Because other than that, I don't know what I'm about to do. I guess I could just go somewhere and do work, but that just seems like a lot. Hopefully also the elevator works. I also sent the Realtor yesterday a long email. I'm difficult. It is what it is. I'm paying a lot of money to be here. So yeah, so I made a long list. It is what it is. That's what they're getting paid for. But yeah, it also gets really warm here. Like my other place, my Airbnb, I was like freezing and had my little heater, but since there's so much sun that comes in, it's actually pretty hot. But I really love this lighting, and yeah, so let's go get this internet. So I'm home now, got cozy in my robe. I like to work comfortably. The internet is coming on Saturday. They gave me the box, but the person has to come and install it. And then I got my phone on like an actual legit plan, because in order to get any of these services, you have to have a European bank account, which I'll do a whole video on that because I don't have a French bank account. And you also need like a utility bill of sorts as well. So I'm gonna do a whole video on like apartment stuff and the ins and outs of that and like phone plans. But so yeah, right now I'm just gonna be using my phone for internet, which I'm not trying to use too much of it because I get 150 gigabytes, which is a lot. But yesterday I think I used like 10 of it. So we can definitely go quickly, but I'll have internet on Saturday. Also, hopefully the electricity. So the one that the one that's under my name is supposed to kick in today. So we'll see tomorrow if there's any issues because they said I don't have to do anything, and I'm like, okay. So we might not, or we might have electricity tomorrow. I don't know. So we'll see. Lots of moving pieces. My body's definitely a bit exhausted and so sore from yesterday and walking up all these stairs. I have my course coming out in a week and I have a lot of work to do. I will keep you posted, but thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next video.